I understand that time and space is an illusion, but it remains an intellectual understanding. There is still a subject having that illusion. After all, how can there be an illusion without a subject having the illusion in the first place? So my question is, how to go beyond the mere intellectual understanding? I don't know. Like, anything that I tell you would be a story in the intellect. So I don't know how that person does that. And then from the other side, so once I've answered that, who could be the person that could get to this? Because a person will always be a movement in time. It's such a frustrating subject, eh? But when you're feeling frustrated, see that for what it is. You know, don't get caught up in the illusion of the frustration, like, why can't I get past this? And, you know, like, sorry, I don't mean to mock the frustration, but I really get that visual frustration, like really see it for what it is and that it doesn't have truth. Nothing has truth. So what is it that's here in the frustration and out of the frustration? We could say, if we went a bit more simplistic, that there is a consciousness, a big consciousness watching the frustration. So there is a big consciousness that's watching that. But it's not separate from the frustration, it's not separate from the room, it's not separate from anything. In a way, you could say the consciousness is all of it. So in the frustration, there is something which knows the frustration. And what the intellect can do is the intellect can think about that and perceive that. But then there's the actual experience of that, which is no time, no space. And if you feel like you really need something to do, there's other teachers out there which give you things to do. So knowing all of this, you could just think, well, I'm just going to try and do something and then enact that and see what happens. Because sometimes on the personal level, so this is going back to psychology, this isn't speaking about non-duality, you know, when the person is suffering a lot, having a path to follow, a spiritual path to follow, can be very relaxing. And, you know, when the person's relaxed, then there's more space for something else to be seen. You know, when the person's deeply in suffering and lots of pain and running away and not wanting to experience the pain, then there is you know, so much noise happening. Yeah. I mean, another thing that teachers say is like, go into the frustration, you know, stay in the frustration. You don't avoid the frustration. I mean, I've even said that in the past, but for some reason I'm losing interest in saying that now. I just prefer more like, is who is it that's seeing it? And there's nothing wrong with settling down the person. When the person's there, it's going to want something to seek and to do. And so giving it something to seek and do might be really helpful, because otherwise it might turn to drink and drugs or something that's really, or sex, something that's really destructive. So giving it something soothing to do and healthy to do is a good thing. But it's, who is that person that's going to become free? And all the efforts, all the different places, all the mountains you climb or run around cannot lead you back to what you already are, which is this moment. And that's the truth of non-duality. That's why it's unconditioned, because I cannot give it to you. An action cannot give it to you. A behavior cannot give it to you. It is who you are. This choiceless, free presence. Yeah, thank you, Marco.